Hello guys, my name is Will. I do a lot of content about Dragonheir Silent Gods, so if you are not a subscriber yet, make sure to subscribe. We are talking about this new character that they just released, this one that you will get with the quest line. So on the season journey, you can see by chapter 12 you are getting this guy, the Divine Ascetic. But just now with the event, you are able, so you have 9 days to decide if you are buying the artifact or not. You have several choices. I think you can still, with everything that we gather from this event, we can still get the artifact and the soul fragments, which are the best things here. But imagine if you don't really want to get this artifact and you want to invest on the scrolls, why not? So this artifact is exclusive for this character. So as you guys can see here, when you keep by Divine Ascetic, you have an extra bonus. But if you are not using on Divine Ascetic, then you just get attack and crit rate, basically. So there are more and better artifacts you can choose to use on this character or any other. So you can find better artifacts to use on other characters. So I've been doing some quick tests on the training camp just to check some damage. So we have several legendary Dauntless heroes, okay? And the best ones will be Divine, will be Suta, Tarival, Garrett, and of course, I'm not going to talk about Naschenka because of course she's the best one. But we have these legendaries. So Ivelius, not going to talk about him, he acts like a support and his damage will be like half of the damage the other guys are doing. So the best ones here that do more damage will be these 4, okay? I've done these tests with El Sebri just because I didn't want to give any benefit from the 24% attack or crit damage. So I run these tests always with the max HP. So El Sebri is here just to give the max HP and that's it. So no one benefits from extra attack percentage or extra crit damage. And this test was done with the same gear on everyone. So basically, I used, one of them should have the gear on at the moment. So I used this gear on everyone. And the first test I did was doing damage with this set. So basically the same set on everyone, one each time. And see how much damage I've done. And the damage I've done was for Suta. So the highest damage was from Tarival. Okay, this was the guy that did most of the damage with 739,000. The next one was Garrett, which is this guy. So fully scrolled, all of them are scrolled, but that's basically it. And Garrett with the same gear did 735,268. The next one was Suta, that did, so Suta is this one, and he did 621,691. So not that bad. And this guy, the Divine, he did 393,490,000, okay? So it might look, he's gonna do a lot of damage because his passive is quite strong and reduces his ultimate. So when he launch basic attacks, he gains 1% ultimate energy. So he recharges the ultimate quite fast. And it looks like he's using the, I mean, he's using his ultimate a lot of times, but his damage is not that great. Okay, so I did this test between all of these 4 with the same set, okay, basically the same set on everyone, no changes at all, and that was it. And then I did the same test, but this time I used this artifact, which is one of the best artifacts you can use on Dauntless units. So it was the lamp. I used the lamp on everyone, and again, everyone scaled a lot their damage, besides Ascetic. So Suta this time did most of the damage with 1,293,000. Then Tarival did 1,241,000 and Garrett with 1,271,000. Okay, and then Ascetic, this guy with the same artifact did 682,000. So kinda half of the damage on the same time. Over the same time, he did half of the damage of the other characters. And now, probably you are asking, yeah, but what if you are using his exclusive artifact? Because that's the point of using this artifact, right? Which I have here. This is the test server, by the way. So I use this artifact, and the damage was quite similar to using the lamp. So I did a little bit more. Instead of doing 682,000, I did 697,000 with the exclusive artifact. Okay, and so I was expecting more, to be honest, but the damage was not that great. If you want to use him because of his aura, then can be a good use of him, but his artifact doesn't look like he's providing much more damage comparing with other artifacts. In this case, comparing with the lamp. Okay, comparing with the lamp was not doing that great. Okay, was not a big difference. Was like 10,000 difference. Of course, it was just around a battle during 90 seconds. So if it was like a vortex or something like that, the difference will be bigger, but not that a big difference that will compensate that investment on this artifact. So the answer to this question about the artifact is, if you don't want to spend on this artifact, or if you want to prioritize the Master Scroll fragments and the other fragments, then just go for it, because this artifact is not going to provide you a huge big difference, at least from the tests I've done. Okay, so this artifact basically will provide at the start of the battle against 10 stacks of Obsession, and when Obsession reaches max stacks, his damage is increased by 30%. So basically, when you guys speed, and keep in mind, the set I was using is the speed set, okay, providing 20% more speed. So this will be the best set you can use on the Dauntless heroes. So I'm using this set, and I mean, I used the best set with them, and I tried with the artifact, and the damage was not that different, okay? With the lamp was almost the same, so between using the lamp and this artifact, it's not a big difference. But if you can afford for it, of course, will be an artifact, and maybe you will not have another chance to get this artifact, go for it. But if you can't, and you want to prioritize other stuff, don't worry, because it will not be a big thing. The last thing I want to talk about this test is because there's another artifact that seems very interesting, which is a Whisper of the Consumer, and this one will increase your damage when you use the ultimate skill. So I thought this will do more damage, right? And probably will do more damage against a vortex or something like that, but it did less damage on the same conditions, okay, on this test. Okay, this is just an extra thing from my tests. I guess against Vortex, since the damage is 5% of target's max HP, and Vortex will have tons of HP, the damage will be higher, and maybe this will be worth it. But from my tests, was not a big difference. Okay, guys, if you want me to test something different, just comment below or join my Discord and we can discuss about that. But if you don't want, or if you can't get the artifact, don't worry too much about that. Alright, guys? Hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to follow more content about Dragonheir, know more stuff, guides, and much more, make sure to leave your like and subscribe for more content. See ya in the next video.